Good morning. I know, y'all are focused on those pieces of paper in front of you. I am Linda Purvis. I am the very, very proud principal of Timmy Baranoff Elementary. I am thrilled to see you all here and to know that you are my next group of kindergartners joining our campus. Right beside me is Megan Coonihan. Megan, wave. Well, she's not right beside me. She's down there. Megan is our assistant principal at Baranoff, and she is a friendly face that our kindergartners will get to know, and we appreciate her being here. This is being videotaped. It was not what I wanted, but it's being videotaped. So if you're trying to multitask, and I know you're good at multitasking because you are parents, but the information that I'm sharing will also be available. You can access that through our website. I do have a small copy of the PowerPoint also that is available just for some of the key information that you're going to be seeing. All right, so today, your jobs, our goals, are to complete the extra documents that are connected with registering your child. This year, AISD is doing all of our registration online. How many of you have already gone and registered online? Good job. Very good. All right. So the rest of you are going, well, I haven't done that. So in your packet is a blue piece of paper, and that will tell you how you need to access AISD in order to register your child online. You have to set up a Parent Cloud account, and then from there you'll be able to register your child. But there's a lot of extra stuff that goes with registering your child, and that's kind of what we're going to be doing today. Because we have ladies at the back who are going to be helping with copying birth certificates, copying immunization records, copying your proof of residency to prove that you live in our area or that you have an approved transfer. So those are the kinds of documents that our ladies at the back are going to be copying, and that's part of that extra stuff that you're going to be taking care of today. I do have a few key points, things kind of about the packet that I want you to be aware of. And then in the end, we'll also give you an opportunity to walk the kindergarten hall. Right now, our weather is holding, so our kindergarten classes are going to go outside, which will give you access to the 8 kindergarten classrooms without a lot of children in there. Makes it easier for you just to see the space. So we will give you an opportunity to do that today. In a few minutes, my kindergarten team is going to come down. Right now, I have 8 kindergarten teachers slated for Baranoff next year. These are my 8 current kindergarten teachers, and these are, as far as I know, the 8 kindergarten teachers who will be here next year. Now, I will tell you, there's always an unknown with our kindergarten classes. Because we don't have pre-K here, it's hard to know exactly how many students are going to walk in our door who are kindergartners, which is why we love the fact that so many of you are here today and you are registering your child right now. The district puts 22 students in a class. Even at kindergarten, it's a 22-to-1 teacher-student ratio. And so our goal with making 8 classes is, if I do the math right, 7 times 22 is 154, right? 154? Yes. And so what we want to make sure we have for sure in order to make 8 classes is at least 157 students. So we're kind of beating our bushes to make sure that we get as many of our students here as possible. And again, you're registering today, you're being here today is a great first start on that. So these are my 8 teachers. As I said, in a few minutes, you'll get a chance to meet them. Registering. Your child needs to be 5 on or after September 2nd, 2009. If they are, then they are kindergarten age. and we are thrilled to have them with us. Your address will need to be verified because it does need to be within our boundaries. Baranoff currently has 1,006 students. We had over 1,000 students last year. In my 10 years that I have been here, we started with 830, and it has grown steadily since then. We have been in the 900s or the 1,000 range for the last 6 years. I know that seems overwhelming and a little scary, but we do it right and we do it well. We have amazing systems in place. We have amazing support people here. Your child is not going to get lost in that 1,000+ number. We are expected to have over 1,000 students next year also. So we do want to make sure that our kiddos that are here are Baranoff students, because apparently a lot of people like to come to our campus. That's a good thing. Or that they are somebody that does have a verified transfer. So we've got those immunizations. And if you end up missing items, and the ladies at the back will let you know that, you can bring those in this week, and that will complete your registration, or you can come back, and this is a Tuesday through Friday, because my attendance person is here starting August 11th. So August 11th through 15th, you can come back and bring those missing items to make sure your child is fully registered, make sure your child will be placed on a class. Important form, probably for me the most important, is in your packet, and it's green. If I can pull it out with my fingers here. There we go. This is called a Getting Acquainted with Your Child form. This is a really important insight for us into your child. We have the advantage with current kindergarten through 4th grade students. When we're putting those students into classes next year, we know those students. We know their strengths. We know their weaknesses. We know some things about how they like to learn. We don't know that about your child. So this gives us really good information that we do use when we are putting our students into classes. So please make sure you take some time to fill this form out and get that turned into us. This also is where you're going to be able to tell us the name your child wants to be called. That's going to be really important because teachers are going to start putting labels on things, and they want to use the name that your child wants to be called. There's your child's legal name, and we'll use that, but for the classes, we want the kind of that name your child wants to be called. When we put our kids in classes, we look at a lot of different factors. We do look at birth dates. And we look at birth dates because we don't want a class full of June, July, and August babies. Because June, July, and August babies are at a different place in terms of maturation than October, November, December babies are. They just are. So we want to make sure that we have a nice balance of the age span in a classroom. And that's a really critical piece. Then we also balance the numbers of boys and girls. Now, last year in kindergarten, that was the first year in, I'm thinking 4 years, that we actually had more girls than boys. 2 years ago, our boy-to-girl ratio was almost 2 boys for every girl. It was crazy. So last year, we kind of made that swing back, and we did have more girls than boys, but it's been a while since that's happened for us. So, some frequently asked questions. Morning. Oh, our doors open at 7:10. We have adults here to supervise students starting at 7:10. And that's early, but I also know what traffic is like. All of our students will come into the cafeteria, and kindergarten seats, and actually they kind of sit right up there in that area. And we have adults that are here and watch and supervise them until we begin morning assembly at 7:30. So our doors open as early as 7:10. We have morning assembly at 7:30. And then after morning assembly, we dismiss all of the students with their teachers to the classroom. We do want your child here for morning assembly. So kind of start thinking about your clocks and your plans for that 7:30 time. Lunch is 30 minutes. Now, 30 minutes is walking into the cafeteria, sitting down, opening milk cartons, packages, eating lunch, packing up, throwing trash away, and being in line. If your child tends to enjoy lunch for a long time, we have those children. I need you to start working on making it a little bit quicker because it's really hard for them. It's overwhelming anyway. And then when they don't get to eat lunch, it makes for a really tough afternoon. All right? Lunch is 30 minutes. We do have a system called mylunchmoney.com, and you can actually pay on your child's account that way. Or children can bring lunch money. Many of our children bring their lunch, and they eat lunch here. We're going to need volunteers the first 2 weeks of school because at kindergarten lunchtime, it kind of looks like a busy bee factory in here. I have parents who are wandering up and down the aisles, helping kids with milk cartons, helping kids carry those trays, helping kids figure out what it is that they need to eat and how they need to be eating, helping them pack up. So if you would like to be a parent who volunteers those first 2 weeks of school to help our kindergartners, we have parents at the back. We've got places at the back that can help you get signed up to do that. And we would really appreciate your help. Afternoon, our kindergarten classes begin to line up for dismissal at 2:35. Everybody else dismisses at 2:45. Kindergarten dismisses early. And kindergarten dismisses out of their 5th grade wing door, and we ask parents to come up and pick up kids at kindergarten. Kindergarten teachers are very protective about wanting to see and make that eye contact with your child to make sure that your child leaves. I'll talk in a minute about parent orientation, and that might be a time that you really want to attend because we can talk a lot about what dismissal looks like. Now, some kids are going to ride a bus. We actually do have 2 buses at Baranoff. 2. 1,000 kids, 2 buses. We also have quite a few after-school daycares that support Baranoff, and so there are buses that pick those students up. If your child is not being picked up by you, if they are walking either to the bus or to an after-school program, we have adults who will physically walk them from their classroom out, either to the cafeteria, which is where the Y is, to the commons area where Creative Action meets, because those are my 2 after-school programs, or we'll physically walk them out and make sure they get on their bus or their daycare. So we have a lot of adults that help out with that piece. And that happens because the classroom teachers are all down at the Red Wing trying to help make sure dismissal happens for everybody else. All right, school supplies. In your packet, wonder what color it is. It's pink. There is a pink school supply list. This gives you the things that your child will need to bring to kindergarten next year. Now, some of our parents are all gung-ho and want to go to the store and want to do all of that shopping for the supplies because it's kind of a rite of passage. It's a part of going to kindergarten. Some of our parents have older children. They've done this. They've been there. And our PTA does have a way that you can order your supplies online. They're delivered to your house, and then you can bring them up here when you do meet the teacher. So you have 2 ways of doing that. That's EduKit supplies, and my ladies that are back over here where the Buffalo t-shirts are, they can help you out with that. EduKit that we work with knows our supply list. So it's not that you're going to get some general kindergarten supply list. you're going to get our kindergarten supply list. All right? Hi, friends. I was thinking you weren't coming. They've been waiting on you. You are the reason they are here, not me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. These are my kindergarten teachers. Woohoo! I'm going to start down on this side, and I'll kind of walk my way this way and introduce. So on my right, on your left, is Miss Laura Kennedy. Next to Miss Kennedy, Miss Barbie Powers. Next to Miss Powers, Miss Amy Trevino. And next is Miss Ashley Lowe. Oh, our brave soul, our brave soul. He's, this man has been here since I've been here. And we love having this gentleman here in kindergarten, Mr. Justin Cartledge. I do that every year. It's kind of like, okay, Linda, I'm over it. All right, next to Mr. Cartledge is Miss Shelley Lycombe. Next to Miss Lycombe, Miss Erica Mitchell. And next to Miss Mitchell, last but definitely not least, is Miss Megan Kite. You will see these faces next year. These are ladies and gentlemen who absolutely love what they do. And you have to love what you do to teach 5-year-olds all day long, and to not just enjoy them and their amazing, quirky sense of humor, but also do all of the wonderful academic things that we do while we do a whole lot of play and a whole lot of growing. All right, I'm going to let them go because they have a classrooms of children someplace, right? Go, get out of here. Thank you. All right, so I was talking about those school supplies. Now, activity fees. Each grade level does have a set of activity fees. It is specific to the grade level. It helps pay for some extra materials. Sometimes it pays for field trips. When your child is in 5th grade, it actually pays for an amazing overnight trip that our students take. But the activity fees for 4th grade, for 4th grade? Are you ready for 4th grade? No, not yet. The activity fees for kindergarten are used to fund field trips and purchase additional student resources, and you're going to get a list of those activity fees in August when you have Meet the Teacher. We don't want the money now. We can't accept that money until after September 1st anyway. That's when our fiscal year begins. But you will get that in August so that you'll be able to take care of that at that point. New family orientation. The second year that I was here at Baranoff, I had some parents who were new who came in and said, you know, Linda, there's a lot of stuff about Baranoff that is unique and special that nobody else does. And the only way we find out about it is kind of by experiencing it. There's a lot of questions that we have. You use a lot of acronyms. AISD uses a lot of acronyms. Can you help us set up an organization or a way that we can kind of do almost like a Baranoff Parent 101? I said, that's a great idea. I don't know why I didn't think about it. So we have a new parent orientation. It will be on Thursday, April the 20th, from 9 to 11, here in the cafeteria. We will have babysitting available, and I really encourage you to kind of put it on your calendar and to be here between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock on Thursday, August the 20th, so that you can kind of learn all of those things that are important to Baranoff. It's a great opportunity to ask questions. Most of the parents that will be here are kindergarten, but we don't just gear it to kindergarten because we do get new students that join us. Ladies, my PTA ladies, do we have information about kindergarten orientation? About new parent orientation? All right, thank you. So there's a green form at the back that you can pick up. Thank you. So once your child is registered, you want to meet your child's teacher, right? Not today. Sorry. Thursday, August the 20th is going to be an important day. The morning is new parent orientation. Thursday evening, we post class lists. And we post them out in the back area. PTA comes, and there's usually popsicles. It's kind of a party event. And then on Friday, the 21st, between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock, we open the campus. You come in with your child, bring school supplies, join us all, head down the hall, and you get a chance to meet your child's teacher. So that'll be Friday between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock. And then school starts Monday, the 24th. The teachers will not do a presentation during this time. That will be after the year gets started at something we call curriculum night. So this really is just an open house. Come on in. You'll get to meet your teacher. And everybody will get to meet all of their friends and be excited. At Baranoff, communication is huge. And we have a couple of ways that we do that. Our teachers have direct phone lines that you can call them. They have email. And we do folders. Kindergarten does daily folders. Most of the other grade levels do weekly folders. Grade levels also do monthly newsletters to communicate with you. On our end, I have an email group that I create that nobody else gets access to. And that is an email group that I use for weekly blasts that I send out, for special communications that I send out, as well as monthly newsletters. We also send sometimes information in the Thursday folders, but we really are trying to stay away from as much paper as possible, although you'd never know it by all the paper in front of you right now. Our campus website is baranoffschool.org. Check out our website. There's a lot of good information there. And you can go ahead and start, getting oriented with it, seeing some of the things that are happening, and then I think that will make getting started next year even easier for you. My email is linda.purvis@austinisd.org. Email me if you have any questions at all. Please email me, and I'll be glad to get back with you and talk with you about any questions. How can you get involved? You can be a room helper. Very important. Is Leslie Strader here? Leslie's here. All right. Turn around and look at this lady waving. Oh, Leslie Strader is going to be your best friend because Leslie is our grade level coordinator. That's what GLC stands for. She's going to be kind of the go-between and the contact between teachers and parents, letting you know things that are happening and helping facilitate lots of the communication pieces. Leslie, thank you for agreeing to be the grade level coordinator. Appreciate it. You can help at the grade level. Any teacher needs help, and you can always join our PTA and be a part of our PTA. I mentioned after school, we do have the YMCA, and we have Creative Action. Those are two programs that are here. YMCA is here till 6:30 in the evening. Creative Action is here until 6 in the evening, Monday through Friday. So that is a way that our students can be supervised. We also have some after-school programs. They are paid programs, so they are kind of, you would need to pay for your child to be a part of. But the chess, Spanish, and math pentathlon programs are things that our kindergartners have really gotten involved in this year, and we're excited about that. Before I move to questions, or talking about how you can get down to the classrooms, Miss Tackett, I want you to look over at that door because there's a lady waving. Everybody waves here. Miss Tackett is our counselor, and we are thrilled to have Miss Tackett here. She's a great resource for us, and she's a great resource for you, and she'll be a wonder support for your kids. She visits classrooms all the time. By the way, speaking of visitors, did you see a buffalo out in the hall this morning? How many of you saw a buffalo out in the hall? You know who that is? That's Blaze. You're right. That's Blaze. He's our mascot, Blaze the buffalo. Blaze just shows up all kinds of places. So you have to be looking for Blaze. All right, so we're at the place of questions. Anybody have any burning questions for me? Yes, sir. You know what? It's hard for me to hear because people are talking. I heard, how did we get the cool mascot? What else did you say? How do we get the school mascot to communicate? Blaze doesn't talk. Blaze just waves. Blaze dances. Blaze puts on funny costumes, but Blaze just waves. Sorry. Any other questions? All right, so what I need you to do right now is finish up your paperwork, put yourself in line to get things copied, and then you can go down through the red wing to look at our classrooms. What I'm going to ask, though, is this, parents. And I know you're busy, but I'm going to need boys and girls to stand really quietly, and I need parents to listen because my kindergarten teachers really asked me to mention this. Last year when students were visiting the classrooms, sometimes things weren't respected in the classrooms. Our boys and girls are in there learning. So when parents are walking through to look at the rooms, please help your child keep hands to self and just look. All right? That's the red wing, and there'll be signs to there. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. August is going to be here before you know it.